I welcome you all to today's class by Advanced English Language Academy. This is Yasin, your English language instructor. Today we're going to be talking about another interesting topic. As you know that in our previous class we talked about one of the students, one of the ladies, one of the places, we talked about the nouns. So today we'll talk about some of them, one of them, none of them. So you can say that it's the part 2 of our previous video that we talked about some of the students, and today we're talking about the pronouns as well. So when you say some of them, when to use some of them? We use some of them when we don't want to mention the number. Sometimes we just want to tell the person that some of the people, some of the students, some of them. It means that when I use some, so the person understands, but I don't want to tell him the number because I don't know the number. For example, if I say some of the students are not listening to me, so it means that I don't know the exact number of those students who are not listening to me. But when I say some of the students, so it means that in my class there are some students who are not listening to me. So some of them means I don't want to show the number, maybe I don't know the number. So you will have to use some of them. I have tried to draw emojis. For example, if you say some of them are happy and some of them are sad, so you can say that some of them are happy, and I don't know the exact number because 1, 2, 3, how many will be happy and how many will be sad, I don't know, and I don't want to know, but I just want to tell the person that some of them are happy and some of them are upset or sad, so the person will understand what I want to say. For example, if there is a party and I want to tell my friend that some of the people or some of the students or some of the friends were hungry, so it's a dilemma, it's a big concern for him that he invited all of the students for the party, and if some of them went hungry, so it's a big trouble. So when I say some of them, so he understood what I mean. Okay? And none of them means that there is no single person of the rest. For example, if you look at these emojis, this person is smiling, this is smiling, this is smiling, 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 smiling. So none of them are sad. None of them means that when you are talking about all of them and you want to say that, for example, none of them are sad. So you want to say that all of them are happy and there is no issue, or none of them, for example, there is a big issue. For example, none of them have brought notebooks. So it means that I am emphasizing the problem, or I'm emphasizing a good point, or I'm emphasizing a bad point. So when you stress or emphasize something, so you'll have to use none of them or all of them. For example, let's suppose there is a birthday party, wedding party, and I tell my friend that all of them, I mean the guests, all of them were happy. So that means I'm emphasizing that all of them were happy. It was such a great party that all of them were happy, or all of them were sad, or all of them were upset, or all of them were angry. So it means that I want to emphasize that something very serious happened in his party, so that is also stressing. So when I stress positively, I use none of them, and when I stress negatively, so I use none of them. So when something is very important and you want to stress it, you want to emphasize that, so you'll have to use none. One of them, you're talking about one. For example, this one is happy, this one is happy, this one is happy, this one is happy, and this one is happy. So one of them is. Now with some of them we'll have to use are. With none of them we'll have to use are. And with one of them, as you know that we separated singular from the plural. So one of them is upset. Look at this one, grumpy. Right. All of them, so just like we stressed none of them. So none of them means that there was no one happy, or there was no person who was upset. But when we say all of them, so here too we have to emphasize something. We want to emphasize something. Here too we want to emphasize something, that something was very serious. For example, the party was so exciting that all of them, I mean the guests, were dancing. So I want to emphasize the party being good. But if I want to emphasize the party being bad, so I say all of them were bored. For example, we are taking English class, so if my class is good, so I'm talking about my students, I say all of them are listening to me. So it means that the class is good and I'm emphasizing or stressing the class is being good. But if I say all of them were sleeping, so it means the class was very bored and I'm emphasizing that the class was boring. So both in all of them and none of them, we emphasize an issue. We emphasize or we stress something being very interesting or something being very boring or something being very serious in a negative way and something being very serious in a positive way. So neither of them is used for two people. You see that these are only two people. Okay. With all of them also we'll have to use are. Neither of them, you just say, for example, these both are smiling. So I can say none of them. None of them is used for more than two people. But when I'm talking about two people, so I'll say neither of them is sad. Neither of them is sad because you can see that both of them are smiling. So neither of them is used for two people. Okay, so thanks a lot. That's what we had here today. Wish you all the best. See you next time. Goodbye for now.